voulais juste être sûr que je te pointe. OK.
Fais ta poigne.
On est prêt?
Fais comme une game de ping-pong.
On est go?
We're go.
We're go!
Go, you escargot.
Go, get
I
John.
think it's gonna be done today.
Okay, at the table, delegates,
You gotta walk
please
on.
drop your blue face. Constitution de la Chambre des communes, article 37. La Chambre des communes sera sujette aux dispositions de la présente loi composée de 308 membres dont 106 représenteront l'Ontario, 75 Québec, 11 la Nouvelle-Écosse, 10 le Nouveau-Brunswick, 14 le Manitoba, 36 la Colombie-Britannique, 4 l'île du Prince-Édouard, 28 l'Alberta, 14 la Saskatchewan, 7 Terre-Neuve, 1 le territoire du Yukon, 1 les territoires du Nord-Ouest et 1 le territoire du Nunavut.
Constitution of House of Commons in Canada, number 37. The House of Commons shall, subject to the provisions of this act, consist of 308 members, of whom 106 shall be elected for Ontario, 75 for Quebec, 11 for Nova Scotia, 10 for New Brunswick, 14 for Manitoba, 36 for British Columbia, 4 for Prince Edward Island, 28 for Alberta, 14 for Saskatchewan, 7 for Newfoundland, 1 for the Yukon Territory, 1 for the Northwest Territories, and 1 for Nunavut.
Also what?
Wait.
No.
No.
No?
No.
Because we're
still in
no.
1867.
They cannot name anyone in Nunavut, and they have no power to name anyone. It's not the government who decides who is the senator, it's the governor general. Right? C'est ça la question. La question c'est qu'ils peuvent pas nommer, le gouvernement ne peut pas nommer un sénateur. Ils peuvent pas modifier la constitution pour nommer
Un sénateur.
un sénateur.
Ah, mais là, ils sont pas
Nunavut.
sénateurs, là, on est
Ça,
chambre
c'est
des communes.
les chambres.
C'est les élections, ça.
Ça, c'est les chambres de communes.
Mhm.
Fédérales.
Ça revient même pareil.
Ça revient au même pareil, juste pour enlever le mot sénateur.
Chambre de commune. Le Nunavut, on a dit non tantôt.
On passe au vote.
What do you think?
Well, you got to say that in English.
What did you say?
Well, she's saying that since we said no to Nunavut before, now Nunavut has one here.
Because
So we should be saying no now to this one.
Nunavut is a territory that they parted, and the government cannot name somebody at the Chamber of Commerce,
House of Commons.
at the House of Commons, because they don't have the power to do that. They were illegal. And we said that previously that if we accept Nunavut as a new territory, then they will divide another territory. So here there is no Nunavut here. They cannot name a person for the Nunavut because there is no. This is illegal, and second is. They don't have the power to do that, they are illegal by themselves. Okay?
And it reverts back to number 20.
Yeah, because we voted against it.
Okay.
That 20 is there, right? We voted against that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it has to
Okay.
be no.
Yeah, it has to be
It has,
no.
It has to be a no.
Okay.
Has to be a no. No?
Okay, it's no.
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 Pass hand out.
You got your answer?
C'est bon.
Convocation de la Chambre des communes, 38. Le gouverneur général convoquera de temps à autre la Chambre des communes au nom du roi par instrument sous le grand sceau du Canada.
Summary of the House of Commons, Section 38. The Governor General shall, from time to time, in the King's name, by instrument under the Great Seal of Canada, summon and call together the House of Commons.
Yes.
Pass au vote. Oui.
Yes.
Yes. Suivant.
Exclusion des sénateurs de la Chambre des communes, 39. Un sénateur ne pourra ni être élu, ni siéger, ni voter comme membre de la Chambre des communes.
Senators not to sit in House of Commons, number 39. A senator shall not be capable of being elected or of sitting or voting as a member of the House of Commons.
Passe au vote. Oui.
Oui,
Yes.
Suivant.
40. District électoraux des 4 provinces, jusqu'à ce que le Parlement du Canada en ordonne autrement. Les provinces d'Ontario, de Québec, de la Nouvelle-Écosse et du Nouveau-Brunswick seront, en ce qui concerne l'élection de la Chambre des communes, divisées en districts électoraux comme suit. Read just the preamble.
Okay. Electoral districts of the 4 provinces. Number 40. Until the Parliament of Canada otherwise provides, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick shall, for the purpose of the election of members to serve in the House of Commons, divided into electoral districts as follows.
Je demande au comité dispense de la lecture des districts électoraux. I shall ask the committee for it to be disbanded from reading the electoral district. So that means the 4 next paragraph.
What do you gotta vote?
4 next paragraph, I ask
Well-
not to read them.
You don't have to read them.
Oh, we don't have
C'est
to
les
read them?
districts électoraux.
Okay.
And we don't have the motion.
You can still vote, but I'm just not reading them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like Ontario, you mean?
Yeah, Ontario, Quebec, yeah.
Well, this is where they say here, okay, Ontario shall be divided into counties, the ridings, whatever, cities, towns, enumerated or scheduled.
And that's fine,
Shall
because
be
that's
electoral
later on in the Constitution.
That gets changed anyway.
In Quebec, or
That got changed.
Yeah, it gets changed. The provinces change it around every so many years
Yes.
based on the population.
Oh yeah, it's far from being like that.
Yeah.
I'm speaking right.
it doesn't say how many.
Yeah.
It's far from being like
Yeah,
that.
so it's just,
It
it's
says
kind of,
here
it's
65
for expediency, we just skip by and they vote and keep
Yeah,
going.
well,
65
technically
and
they
Quebec.
should say no because they modified it, right?
Yeah.
So
But it says
actually they
elsewhere,
should say yes to this, but
yeah,
no
how
to
many?
the modification.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
yeah.
MPPs are in, Ontario. Yeah, is this in the federal? Still, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
no,
Commons.
House of Commons.
Dis ça à Angèle pour qu'elle traduise.
Quoi ça?
Québec le province du Canada.
Quebec is not part of Canada.
Encore ça n'a pas été signé au Québec. Le Québec n'existe pas.
Yeah.
Il n'est pas dans le Canada.
Ouais, c'est l'article numéro 2 que tu parles, là?
Ben, dans le fond, moi, c'est ça. C'est tout le 40. C'est pour ça que je veux pas le lire. C'est une perte de temps carrément. Ça donne rien que vous
Le
sachiez.
Québec en bas, il n'est pas dedans.
C'est ça, ça donne
n'a pas
absolument.
été signé.
En réalité, ça donne absolument rien que de lire ça. C'est une perte de temps. On a les divisions électorales pour une province qui fait pas partie du pays.
En réalité,
Fait
c'est
que
Ontario
faut-
qui est correct.
Faut dire oui à ça. Faut que ça soit représenté comme ça.
Ça,
Ils font pas ça.
mentionne pas combien pour l'Ontario. là.
Yeah, there's an annex that relates to that. If you read the Ontario, the province of Ontario will be split in whatever county.
Yeah, counties,
Yeah,
ridings.
as enumerated in the first annex. The first annex is somewhere around here.
Schedule.
Schedule. Yeah. Somewhere around here. I
C'est
don't
quoi,
know.
c'est l'annexe qui est en bas du Québec?
Il y a un ajout, il y a un annexe au bout qui dit exactement comment c'est. Je l'ai peut-être pas. Là. So there's a schedule at the end that tells you exactly how it should be constituted. And a note 2. I may not add the annex. At one point, it's completely useless. Notes. No, I don't have the annex. But yeah, there's a full list of how it's split. One thing you've got to keep in mind, is it like that today? You think
Yeah.
they kept it
That's
like
right,
that.
it's changed all the time.
So, this is
Change ça avec
So
le,
it has to be that way. It has
it
to be.
has to be that way? That's the question. That's why I'm asking for a dispense, because it has to be that way. Do we need to really read the entire article to find out it's not that way? And that's up to you.
And also because all the people who represent us, they're all de facto, and these will be the UF.
Right.
we can
Yes.
redraw the writings anyway, because seriously, it's gonna be up to, what a person can.
Well, don't look at me. Look at the other
Yeah,
people.
well, we could redraw the writings anyway, later, anyway. I mean, like, they do that now,
Yeah.
as it is, so, we're gonna have to do that for, who we could get for, representatives, and we're gonna be drawing people out of a hat at the beginning. So it's gonna have to be like according to where their district are or whatever.
Yeah.
On passe au vote.
Oui,
Well,
oui.
okay, wait,
Suivant. Faites attention pour passer en décoller ça, oui.
So the writings are on page.
Ta focus change?
okay.
Ça me fait plus d'ouvrage.
Ah, mais tu le coupes pas, ça.
Ça à faire. Ah oui. Ça,
You wanna have a discussion about that one, or?
Yeah,
We already said
they
yes.
they voted yes.
Oh, we have, so
Okay.
we have to respect those districts, right?
C'est ça.
Nova Scotia, 41.
Ah, c'est ça, vous l'avez, l'annexe est avant 1982. So, it's before, yeah, that's it, there it is. We're good for the next one?
Oui.
Okay.
Continuation des lois actuelles d'élection 41 jusqu'à ce que le Parlement du Canada en ordonne autrement toutes les lois en force dans les diverses provinces à l'époque de l'Union concernant les questions suivantes ou aucune d'elles, savoir l'éligibilité ou l'inéligibilité des candidats ou des membres de la Chambre d'Assemblée ou Assemblée législative dans les diverses provinces, les votants aux élections de ces membres, les serments exigés des votants, les officiers rapporteurs, leurs pouvoirs et leurs devoirs, le mode de procéder aux élections, le temps que celles-ci peuvent durer, la décision des élections contestées et les procédures y incidentes, la vacation des sièges en Parlement et l'exécution des nouveaux brefs dans les cas de vacation occasionnés par d'autres causes que la dissolution s'appliqueront respectivement aux élections des membres envoyés à la Chambre des communes par ces diverses provinces. Mais jusqu'à ce que le Parlement du Canada en ordonne autrement, à chaque élection d'un membre de la Chambre des communes pour le district d'Algoma, outre les personnes ayant le droit de vote en vertu de la loi de la province du Canada, tout sujet anglais de sexe masculin âgé de 21 ans ou plus et tenant feu aura droit de vote. And I will ask about that one that you use your discretion, read it carefully. There's a trap.
This is back into the election laws.
Continuance of existing election laws until Parliament of Canada otherwise provides. Number 41. Until the Parliament of Canada otherwise provides, all laws in force in the several provinces of the Union relative to the following matters, or any of them, namely, the qualifications and disqualifications of persons to be elected or to sit or vote as members of the House of Assembly or Legislative Assembly in the several provinces, the voters at elections of such members, the oaths to be taken by voters, the returning officers, their powers and duties, the proceedings at elections, the periods during which elections may be continued, the trial of controverted elections and proceedings incident thereto, the vacating of seats of members and the execution of new writs in case of seats vacated otherwise than by dissolution, shall respectively apply to elections of members to serve in the House of Commons for the same several provinces, provided that until the Parliament of Canada otherwise provides, at any election for a member of the House of Commons for the District of Algoma, in addition to persons qualified by the law of the Province of Canada to vote, every male British subject aged 21 years or upwards being a householder shall have a vote.
No, that's
Passe au vote.
No,
Supposed to be 30.
I just want to make sure I understand this because there is a lot of.
Vous voulez une discussion sur celui-là?
Je voudrais savoir ce que ça dit.
We already voted that they needed to be 30.
30.
We already voted that
But
they
this
needed
is-
to be 30.
That's the age of the
That's a
voter.
senator.
No.
No,
But
this
we're
is talking
voting,
about,
Oh,
House
What-
of
this
Commons
is like,
voters.
and they're only saying that only one person in a house can vote?
Yes,
yeah,
that's
no.
the trap. People of 21 and older. But that's where the trap is, ladies and gentlemen. They changed the electoral vote to allow men of 18 or more and women to vote. This article is still in effect. How can they change the electoral law? And I don't want to get back in time now and say only male of 21 and older who have the power to vote. That's why you need to discuss about that as people. You want to keep the electoral system of everyone who has the right to vote, 18 or older, or do you want to get back to this?
No.
No.
So that's why now you need a serious discussion. Remember, you're the people now.
Yeah, I'd rather have it like we have today, rather than go back to this archaic way of,
No.
Yeah,
don't
but-
It should have, we wouldn't have been in this town.
But I still don't understand.
Look at footnote 22. It says election. Oh, Wayne.
Footnote 22, spent. Elections are now provided for by the Canadian Elections Act, Statute 2000. Chapter 9, qualifications and disqualifications of members by the Parliament of Canada Act, RSC 1985, Chapter P-1. The right of citizens to vote and hold office is provided for in Section 3 of the Constitution Act 1982.
The whole Constitution Act is
So now you've got to agree if their modification is what you want. So you say yes.
Or no?
If this modification that he's referring to, Canada Election Act, you think it's not valid, you vote no.
Well,
And then we
we
go
don't
back
have
to
the Canada Election Act with us to look at that too, but.
there's that magic thing called the internet.
Yeah, I know, well, we could spend more time on that, I mean, how much,
To be honest, it's not a short job to do constitutional issue. This document is thick, we're almost halfway through right now, so I think it's valuable that you take a decision, which is good, you take your time. We're gonna work at it for another half hour. And it gets easier within the Charter of Rights and Freedom because it uses more modern language and not much has been repealed. So
well, as far as I'm concerned, if we're gonna discuss this part right here, this part here, no. From one, no.
it's up to you to discuss.
Well, I'm discussing it with these guys.
So if you say no, that means you accept the amendment that they've provided.
And that's
No
the
to-
amendment.
That's the
there.
amendment here.
Yes. So,
That goes according to the election act that we
so
have
you need
today.
to refer to it, yes. You need to refer to it because you know what you're modifying.
Yeah, I know, but it, like, I don't like the idea of them allowing people who are not Canadian citizens to be able to vote, which is what,
I don't agree with that either.
which is what Trudeau's
Right.
doing now. Okay, so,
You discussed among
I
not
know,
doing.
I'm just talking out loud. I'm
So
sorry if
Okay.
I'm looking at you,
Was
but
that-
I'm talking to you,
Was
know.
that
So
passed
let's
in the
take a
election
break,
act?
Wayne. This
Well,
is
that's
this
what
is
they're,
strategic.
I don't know if it's been
Just
passed,
pause it a second.
but it's been something that
And it
they're.
should be the same age across Canada, it shouldn't be like 18 and something.
C'est la- c'est ça.
Right.